So you want to start an online business, but you have work and you have family and other things that are just taking up all your time, and you feel like you can never quite get to it. Well, for me, the solution to that problem was right here on this bench in this park. It's provided me exactly what I needed to do to focus on my business and get it growing, even when I was a full-time law student and working at the same time. Let's go to my home office and we'll talk through the strategies that worked for me to make the transition from employee to running my own full-time business. So a few tips that worked for me. The first and most important one was that park bench. Work in and around your regular work. If you're a college student, show up to class 1 hour early and have that appointment that's the time that you're working on your business. If you have a full-time job, show up to work 1 hour early every day and get to work. Then you also have a lunch break at work, right? Well, don't just sit there, take that time and actually get to work. Now, it can be difficult to work on a side business while you're at a day job. And so for me, I left and I went out to that park bench. I'd show up an hour early, walk over to the park, and I'd get some work done, and then I'd go over to work. Same thing, lunch break, immediately I'd get out there and get some work done. That helped tremendously to have a dedicated set time that I could work with no interruptions whatsoever. The second most important thing that I learned while trying to build my business on the side was Parkinsons Law. Parkinsons Law says things will take as long as you have time for them. If you have 2 weeks to meet this deadline, it's probably going to take you 2 weeks of work to be able to get it done. If you give yourself 2 hours, you're going to have it done in 2 hours. And I learned that in a big way when I was building my business. Every day I'd be working, I'd say, oh, when I can finally go full-time, I'll be able to do this project. When I can finally go full-time, I'll be able to do that and the other. And what I learned is when I actually was able to get full-time and do that as my only income, yes, I was able to get a lot done, but a whole lot less than I thought I would. See, you're working, if you have 1 hour a day, you're going to put your very best efforts to get something done for that 1 hour. When you have 8 hours a day, sometimes you just got back from lunch and you're just kind of slow. Sometimes you're distracted because you're thinking about what you're going to do on the weekend. You will not be as productive working full-time as you are right now per hour that you spend on work. So remember Parkinson's Law. Don't give yourselves 2 months to pick a niche. Just say, hey, I'm going to pick a niche and I'm going to do it today. Then when you sit down every day, you have to decide on the most valuable thing you can do with your time, because your time is really limited to spend on this business. And what I have learned over many years of running my internet business is there is almost never a day that I can spend doing anything on my business that will be more valuable than me just sitting down and creating a piece of content to publish. I want to make sure that sinks in. There's almost never a day that I have anything that could be better for my business to do than to just publish content. That is the one thing that makes up 90% of the success of your business. Publish great content, because that's what your users, your customers actually care about, is that you're reaching them. The fact that you redesigned your business card, they do not care. I don't even have a business card. 8 years into doing my business, I do not have a business card. The day that you say, ooh, I want to redesign my website, it may very well be a legitimate thing to do, but it's probably a distraction from you just going out and publishing content. The last thing I want to share with you is to use your weakness as a strength. Every time you have any kind of limitation on your business, think about how it could possibly be used as a strength. Well, you don't have as much time as somebody who's doing this full time. You don't have a team of writers to write on your websites like Ricky and I do. You don't have a lot of the resources that we do to reinvest into our business and to do those different things. And so it's so easy to get bogged down and say, oh, I can't because of this or that. I can't do it. But you do have something that nobody else does have who's working on their business full time. Freedom from the income that the business earns. You have to annoy the crap out of full-time internet marketers, out of the people running their businesses full-time in your space. Just annoy the crap out of them. And what I mean by that is create resources for free that they're charging for. If you have a friend who's a developer and you say, hey, I got a great idea for an app that would be just a killer tool in my industry. There's another guy who has an app that does basically the same thing and he charges for it. I'm going to make mine free. Or people are selling courses in your niche. Go make a killer high value course and sell it for free. Do things that will annoy the crap out of the people that are doing it full time and need that income. Right now, you don't really need the income from your site. You have another full-time job. You will eventually, and by giving away high value content right away that other people are charging for, it'll get people hooked on what you're doing. And later, you'll have plenty of opportunities to earn money from your site. But another part of that to remember is get to the money as quickly as you can. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat your customers by not putting out quality content and expecting the money. But work toward getting that money as quickly as you can, even if it's a few dollars. If your business can earn Pizza Day, earn its first $5 anytime in the first 6 months, you're on a really good track for your website. That's a completely good goal to have, is to earn $5 in the first 6 months, because what we see is eventually it's going to hit that hockey stick growth. So if you can hit any kind of a nerve in the first few months, you're on the right track. When you're ready to get started with your business, check out incomeschool.com/project24. It's exactly this. We give you our exact recipe for starting a business today with the goal of in 2 years or 24 months, replace your current income with passive income from websites.